Ebuja for my main can we say aha Dowona TV your Facebook and for YouTube over to YouTube and no abomode na wa subscribe na fe wa like wa share no mo bi so enya bi ahwe afesu ko Facebook and no abomode no follow ye no hu de kone de bani na Ebuja for Founders Day won sensem we be ye bubuja ebra ye be the Founders Day which is first August ya na do dan kwakufa do beji SMP so ka se Founders Day ya ye ka ho asem bebre adwene yo mo say eye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah nko a ne ye ka se Founders Day ye bodi din kane mumanya Dr. Kwame Nkrumah kwa nkurofo kuoku ahodo ene wonom boaye a wo moje Ghana disi wo man Ghana inya fa hudie no ne de benya Founders Day nemum enye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah kwa enye ono nkwa na de bi ebo ne din eka asem so ono nkwa na je Ghana esi wo ne Gabby asare Otchere Darko ono ene wane eye Omar Sanda aye interview bi a enya sankweto ene obebusa no se na Founders Day ba ye asemi ba ye uso musen ensensem ena eye Gabby asare Otchere Darko editudwa.
That's good. The last time
at best a political strategist.
A political strategist, so from the back.
Yes.
Okay. When the president addressed the nation ahead of the August 4 holiday, he made a statement where he said he rejects the notion that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the founder of Ghana. He agrees that, of course, Nkrumah played a critical role, but he would not agree for us to say Nkrumah must be the only name up there. There are people who have said this is not necessary at this time. There are also people who are saying he's just not trying to, or the MPP and Akufo-Addo are not accepting the role of Nkrumah in our history. John Mahama says he's trying to even change history. Is it necessary to be talking about this thing at this time?
It is only necessary if it is not an accepted fact that one man did not found Ghana. I think, and I think really, and I find it quite. I don't see what people gain from taking such a position. You know, I've stayed out of the conversation because it's tiring. All right. The Nkrumah, and if you read Akufo-Addo's speech, he gave a lot of credit to Nkrumah. And consistently, he gives a lot of credit for Nkrumah. Okay. I'll just deal with it in a very short way. Before Nkrumah came to Ghana, there's a book, Nkrumah's Years Abroad, by Marika Sherwood. And I think some of the correspondence, you may find it maybe at the BAM Library. Before Nkrumah came to Ghana, there were letters that Nkrumah had written to an uncle of his, family members, about looking for funds on what he wants to do when he gets to Ghana. He wanted to set up a restaurant.
A restaurant, an eatery?
Yes, an eatery. And he was asking for money so that, because he was tired of being abroad and wanted to come to Ghana. But his focus was to set up a restaurant. Another correspondent was looking whether he could set up a library. Okay? All right? But then a movement has started towards independence. And that movement started even before the 20th century, but crystallized in the formation of the UGCC in Salt Pond on the 4th of August 1947. And when they formed the UGCC, a person like Agyapadeɛ said, look, I met this young man in England, and he's an amazing organizer. Let's bring him in. Okay? So they paid to bring him in. In fact, an uncle of mine who just died 2 years ago was the one who went to Takoradi to drive him in J.B. Danqua's car to bring him to Accra.
Because he came via port.
Yes. And even before he came, he negotiated about how much he was to be paid. And he was the only paid member of the UGCC.
Administrator.
Yes. General Secretary, or whatever you want to call it. So he was tasked, because he was supposed to be a good organizer, he was tasked to organize the party. You know, because when you have such an important position as the organizer of the party or movement, you can use it whichever way you want. And you can't take it from Nkrumah. He knew how to charge, organize, and mobilize people. Okay? But it does not make him the founder. He was one of many. And I'm saying that the struggle started even before the JB Dankwas, the power grants. Okay? So I don't know why we'd want to give him the credit as the founder. It's as if, and even for Nkrumah himself, after all the work he did, what name did he settle on? Ghana. Who proposed the name Ghana? It wasn't him. I do not want to get, it's a tiring argument. I'm not interested in it. Okay? If people want to believe that Nkrumah was the only person who founded Ghana, please let them believe it. And those of us who don't believe so, and still will give Nkrumah his credit, his due, for being a mobilizer and driver, okay? Who agitated the minds perhaps more than the others because of his populist stance, because of his connectivity with the people.
Na owe ya pe eno obusan se na papa e what say Agyapadeɛ wu book wa air trende Agyapadeɛ document uso mu sei ensemi ba yen amafo bebre na sese omototo ayampi o e de park no so se Agyapadeɛ book no na yesi bi kwa so omabuso pedi dada so ne ade uso mu sei papa yi ene ensema hodo de woka bi na ne nsemu no wo de betua wo yusu brofo bi o ma wo de betua no wo chese sebe eyan kwase asempa enu kwase ka Ghana fo yeso so yenkwai na yenkote ensema hodo a eye Gabby asar Otchere Darko to John at the far a year Agyapadeɛ document here at trendy.
What do you make of the debate around the Agyapadeɛ document?
I
that
think,
there's a state capture which has been.
I'll repeat what I put on social media the other day. If any person, okay, any intelligent person, or a person who considers him or herself intelligent, believes that a family, okay, that has one of their leaders been offered the opportunity to lead the country, will sit down and conspire evil against the nation, and put the picture of the overlord or the head of that family on that document, you must have your head examined. If you believe that, you must have your head examined. And then when I hear people, and I don't want to mention names, but you see, when I hear people try to say that things in the book are happening,
are playing out,
like
a movie.
Let me explain to you. And it's actually, it's a very imbecilic statement to even hear, because it comes from a non-analytical appreciation of what is in that fiction.
Abusafo chama Wontumi nsem bi okeka ye edefa eye Jonas ho ebra na otumfo otekokko so na di afahye bi akyese obepie mu a wo kan nsem ahodo a wo kyere se eye Jonas kwana no osole wote abrochi mamu eno ototo ayapia park no so kyere eye otumfo ede otumfo anim ye fam ne ade sanse mo kan wo bot Jonas di wo min ena abusafo Jonas suko kwa apaya eno aba be video bi ede ekwatia eye chama Wontumi we kyese Ashanti regional chairman in some way at the common bush of Yankway, not in video. No,
I'm down for Fíres and Wontumi at the TV so body. Hey, Wontumi, my way of first and last, I don't quasi Abacaco Midi, a TV station or so. I see I'm paying Chama Wontumi. My way and your first and last, I don't quasi. Ebekwa kobu bomidin wo TV phone so wonam ho na wo jimi say na Twene Jonas ye di asantefo ni asante hinatem wo hu fi kwase ya we Ghana ni odwan ba me Wontumi wo ya asante ni wo kura wo fairly as a regional minister regional chairman aboade no ya ma region no wo fi ate de na Wontumi wa ya ma region no apart from say we sika we illegal mining origin apart from illegal mining galamsey mutu origin at the end why am origin who fin kwasia amadan ko for frefrem be hit Wontumi kwasia who fin ate mu jimi kura kumasi wano me aboa pipi ni bia mu pa bu fam jimi ni na mo mu nkoye konfa no che no mu afia fin amwa asantini yare a onko Dubai na nkosa ne ho yade ana da asantefo ase yo mu na jimi amunkwa na Ghana o ma Jimmy a obia pese oye ya no wa use omo because nyom na Jimmy a why pa na beto abama illiterate why and beto abama nipa onko school da so ma chama nya santefo no ma Jimmy a eye hemfa tribal ban and on wa Jimmy o Ghana o be kwa koto abama illiterate se wo kwasia tsa nti asantini bia ni ho a ono akọ school a umetimi di post aso no amwatimi akenkan atimi aboa community ni society no NDC fo nkwase afo amudi o matem kejeti esi ho nti anyam fa upesi ebu asante hene a sika mawia no mumfa bi nkoye konfa nochi na ohene sire sika kwasia eno na ye ntokwa upese okun ntokwa ma otumfo a kan ko ka kira kufu adu tipase no se sika egusisi ada pampase no onfa bi meye konfa nochi uhu fiati bibi fun tantan te se ona to TV so bomidi na magana fo ma me pressure sa abehiti aboa no mae aden wa chimi sa mo asese esika nyina na mutugu kwankwasiafo di region no nyina ebre ohene net wo sreska kwasia du jimi abetana se okontokwa ama no joma ma mudi na tem on na sikejetia na wuntumi aboa kna mai bati se wo ji kejetia no husika no patu anwumre repairability kwa otimi aye odwan wotantan nti mwa ye etie so manya hwe region no no eya mo fa na adamu ya mwa ndisi abe kakra na mwa ibai na nkoma kakra da bi sika ni nyina de Europe to anwumre adia odi autumfo atemma jimini ntina obia mu otumfo no ko otumfo na nkasa so yo ba o se mama ni skadio se senyo na otumfo te wo power kura wontimi nyusu power no na de ye ntuma tutuo na buna hafo obi ono ye komo nkoso hene asimenti kuro no mu nyina ama ba bia ye fefefe e wo buna hafo sunyane. Look at this nonsense na otekokoso ete wo beg for ska tu nim na do kwasia ekobubo midin bi o a e TV phone so a mema na dane so metwaja 2 minutes dia be hye so wachimi a u fi ate kwasia madi asantifo atema mo ye hwan madi otumfo atema ye hwan oye obi ankasa mi wa stop mu jimi no. I'm fighting with my people back home. They are stealing my money. Yeah, they're stealing my money. I'm the president of Ghana, and they're stealing my money back home. So I'm making sure my people understand whatever it is going on in the country.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, bro. Have a good day, brother. Yeah. Kwasi broni ne bizam sa na metiam sa ba ma hiti. Untumi ya hiti me. Na kwasia wo no so we kromfo untumi ya kromfo. Asante region fo sika nyina wa wia. A sika ni gu bank sesi a bank manager fo ne frefrem yo. Say sika wa wia de abesumo nie. Onya adwuma bia de adwuma na wo ye. You don't work. We wie sika no, we wie o man ni sika nyina kromfo na akobubo midin se ofko ama asante kwasia mi wa mu di asantefo abro region num akufo adu sika de man say first year region num sika nyina watena so aboasa no na odi ujimi onwumre amema obi akote na won physical kuno untumi owu amian makunu me ka kire mo untumi wo yire be 5 adan na chinchina wo sori a ahyawfo na asakodi omo obi afa steady wafuo mu o de wo ka bia emfa ho ni ba bia wo gina wo